Alright, sometimes we just feel totally happy. Just like, there's this beautiful feeling running through our bodies and we just feel excited about being alive. And sometimes it doesn't feel quite the same. It's like, life is not really where we want it to be. But there is somebody who's studied what it takes to be happy. And it's a branch of psychology called positive psychology. They have a list of 3 levels of happiness. So first I'd like to just go through that list with you. First level is the pleasurable life. Enjoying the physical, immediate, goody-goody feeling of eating good food, of touch and closeness and intimacy, and of sex. This is just like, it feels good straight away. There is no storyline, there is nothing, it's just like, it feels good, that's it. So that's first. I'll call it pleasure. Level number 2 of happiness is what they call engagement and flow. So being involved in life, doing things that you're good at doing, and just feeling this sense of, mastery. I can do this. And this is, in flow, they say it's between something it's not too easy. If it's too easy, it's boring. If it's too difficult, it creates anxiety. But if we find this middle road in between, we have this flow situation where it's challenging, but we can master it. We feel we're just in the middle of all this action and we are just rocking it. That's the flow state. It could be anything. It could be like bicycling, it can be writing, it can be singing, whatever. It's just this sense that I have mastery of this. So that's the second level of happiness. Now there's a third level of happiness, which is even deeper, and that's the meaningful life, which is the sense that I am contributing to something bigger than myself. And so we just call that, flow first. Flow, and then meaning. All right. So we have these 3 levels in positive psychology, and I really like them. I think they're great. But I've written this book called The Wheel of Needs, and here I have enumerated 7 basic needs for a human being. 7 needs that really touch us directly. And on the plane from Bali and back to Europe, I just had this playing, and I understood that we can use this wheel to describe happiness as well, and to expand a bit on what positive psychology is saying. So let me draw a little wheel here so I can explain. So, first need is the need for safety. If we don't feel safe, if we are scared and anxious, there's no opening for real happiness and joy. It's kind of like a switch. So if we are scared, no happiness. If we are safe, we can open up to life. Because fear, it's often said, is like three different states. You can be in fear, you can be in freeze, we become numb and just freeze, and we don't feel much. Or flight, we run away, and it's anxiety. And fight, so we fight it, which is aggression. And it blocks all sense of joy and happiness. So first, we need to start with a certain level of safety. We need to have this relaxation, and after relaxation, we can enjoy. So, in my wheel of needs, the next level is enjoyment and pleasure, just like positive psychology. Sure. So, this sense of immediate satisfaction through our bodies. So, we're just in line so far with positive psychology. Next level of next need, I call the need for strength. So, it's this need to feel that I am capable, I'm strong, I'm able to deal with this, I have a certain mastery, I'm not weak, but I'm powerful enough to just be who I am. This is a very good sense of happiness, and it corresponds perfectly with positive psychology once again. Now, I have need number 4 here. It's called love and belonging. So if you have a good friend, or you have a spouse or partner, you have a family maybe, or you're part of a community or organization, there's this sense of belonging, this sense of sharing your life with somebody else. This sense of being seen and accepted for who you are, and also seeing and accepting other people. It's this feeling of connection. If you don't have it, we feel really lonely. And when we have it, there's happiness. And this happiness, unfortunately, is not mentioned in the list of positive psychology, but I think it's the most important one. So that's why I put it as the biggest piece of the cake. Our next need is for expression. So in our modern life, we are bombarded with impressions all the time. From TV, radio, internet, Facebook, other people, newspapers, books. It's just engulfing us with information we have to relate to. But inside us, we have this need to come from inside out, to share our experience, to share who we are, and to share maybe our creativity and our vision of what we want. And let's say during the day I've experienced a lot of different things, some good things, some bad things, and then at the end of the day I have this urge to share it with someone. And if I have a partner or a friend, and I can just talk freely about my own experience, it feels really good. And furthermore, if I'm able to truly dig deeply and express something that's I hardly dare to look at inside myself, but just to reveal something inside myself to a friend, it feels super good because it connects me deeper with myself. Now, through our upbringing, we've been told how to behave, what to do, what not to do, how to fit in, what's nice, what's not nice, and so we have all these expectations built in about how we should behave, and therefore it kind of hinders us, it stops us. We feel not good enough to just present ourselves straightforward because we're expected, or we expect ourselves to follow these expectations of how to fit in. So we put on the mask. We say, this is how I am, da 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 da, but it's fake. And then also we don't dare to express in public, we don't dare to sing our song. Maybe I've had this dream of singing my song in public, but it's too scary. It's not possible because it's too overwhelming with all these expectations. So when, maybe with support from friends and family and whatever, love and belonging, with some support, I can feel safe enough to allow my true expression. It feels super good. It feels like, yes, finally I can allow myself to be me. Yeah? Now, next one I call clarity and understanding. Right. So clarity and understanding is our need to get things right. You know, I understand my own role. I understand how the world works to a certain extent. I'm able to navigate, and when I get like a suddenly understand, it feels really good. And on the opposite end, if I don't understand, I feel confused, and it can be disturbing. So understanding is also where the meaningfulness comes in my perspective. We have this story about how life should unfold, and when we really embody that story, we live that story, we move in the right direction according to the story we have about our life. Every little step becomes meaningful in light of the greater whole. And if we have this story and we're moving in the right direction, this meaning gives us power and strength and courage to move on, even though it might not be pleasant, it might require a lot of work, it might require all kinds of challenges, but as long as we have this story and this understanding, we move forward. And it feels good, even though it might feel bad in a sort of interesting way. The last need I've called wholeness. So, when I feel whole, part of the whole, or just whole, not separate being, not separate individual, but just I am in harmony with the rest, that feels really good. And that's also where when I contribute, and I give not only for my own gain, but I give because I see the bigger picture. That's also the deep meaning of life. And here once again, we correspond with positive psychology. It's this sense of being of service. And that's deeply meaningful. So that was a brief introduction to happiness, according to me. And you can read more in my little book, The Wheel of Needs. And welcome back.